Welcome. Happy Thursday, everybody. O'Don here, your traffic jockey in the Tri-State Show Traffic Center. Apologize for being just a few minutes late here. Some technical things working out here in the studio, but we are up and running now. Our time now is 7:16 on this last and final day of June. Can you believe it's already halfway through the year? The first 2 quarters of the year are already over. Wow. Unbelievable that it's already coming up to July 1st. So we thank you so much for dialing us up here for your Thursday morning commute. And for the most part, it's fairly quiet, but we do have a pretty big issue in Connecticut. That's where we will start first because there's a full closure of 95. Just a couple programming notes here. We are up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch here this morning. Also, we're going to end a little early, not going to go right to 9 o'clock, probably about, since we came on a little bit later, about 8:40 or so, just to kind of set up for the NJ Morning Show. Again, that's on NJ On Air on YouTube, Facebook, as well as on their website, njonair.com. So certainly go ahead and follow us back over to the morning show with me, Kara, Mike, and Christina Bear. All right. So with that said, let me open up the comments section. Comments are now open. Let's do the banner here. Let me just do that. Let me take that off. And we are proudly sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. Go over and say a big hello to my good friend Ralph in Cranford. And he has some of the best homemade ice cream anywhere to be found. So again, we thank Ralph for the sponsorship of the Tri-State Traffic Show. Apologize for looking off camera there for a minute. So let's do this here this morning. I have to share my screen because that's the only way you're going to see it. We will set the share up. There we go. We're going to go full screen here this morning. Let's go over to 95. So 95 is going to be closed down in Milford now because of an overturned vehicle. So hopefully everyone has walked away from this. But so this is 95 here between 36 and 37. But the problem is, part of the issue is that we do have delays back through about exits 32, 33. Again, this is going north, so it's going against the normal flow of traffic for the volume of traffic, I should say, for the morning rush hour. And again, we're here Thursday. And it's, it's not as bad as what, it certainly could be for the morning rush hour. So let's go to the cameras now. And I'm just queuing up John here in the Weather Center. So we're going to get to John a little bit later than we normally do. So I apologize for that, pal. But I just had to take care of some things here in the traffic center before we got started this morning. All right, so let's go through the delays now. This is the northbound side as you come in towards 95 here on the left. I mean, it is just an absolute parking lot because of the full closure here this morning, getting up in towards about exit 35. So there it is at 32 through 34. You can see the heavy ride, and you can also see here out at Schoolhouse Road in 35, that is northbound traffic that is going to be moving away. So just one long line of vehicles here this morning heading in to the Milford area. And again, sometimes the DOT will do this. They will take out the camera if it's a serious situation, and it's usually only if it's really a severe crash of some type. So fingers crossed here. We pray that nothing serious happened to the occupants of that vehicles. I don't know how many were involved, but again, it is shut between 36 and exits 37 with this this crash here this morning. So we're going to go over to that location here, and you can see that is that delay I just mentioned for you. Some folks are bailing out to Route 1. Is an option if possible for some, but careful here. Some are exiting off. I believe this is, well, I don't know. Let me see. 34. So some are taking 34 to Route 1 to trying to avoid the closure here this morning. So, is this the rest area? I think this is the no. This is 30. This is that 36. So it's between 36 and 37. Um, so this may be where they're diverting the traffic off here at exit 36. There was something else here on Route 8 that I saw over here. Looks like we've got a crash. Let's see what the exit number is here this morning by Armstrong Road. That's probably just an overpass or so for, let's have it. 91, 91, 91, 15, Route 8. Here we go. Northbound is closed in Shelton between 11 and 12. So two big closures in Connecticut here this morning. The first is 95 north at 36 is shut, and then north on 8 is shut between 11 and 12. Multi-vehicle crash, and that was literally just came into the center here about 3 minutes ago. So that is relatively fresh this morning. So again, a bit of a tough ride for our northern flank viewers here in Milford and up towards the Shelton area. Now, if you're traveling south, out of Bridgeport, Fairfield, normal delays between 25 down through 23, and then pick up more volume 18 down through 11. And then just starting to build some light volume in Stamford, exits 8 through 7. The Merritt Parkway looks great until you get just south into 44, but that's it. And then some more crowding south of Route 7 out by exit 39. So Connecticut is really a tough ride here this morning for our friends there, especially in Milford and Shelton. Let's take a look at Lower Westchester, shall we? The ride in White Plains and 287 is good. New England Thruway is fine. Looks like the Thruway here onto the Deegan, looks like we've got something going on as well. That should not be as heavy as it is, but nothing reported at this point in Kingsbridge. This is just south of the Mosholu Parkway, so we'll get back to that in a minute. Let me just finish for the first pass here of the Hudson Valley. Tappan Zee Bridge looks pretty good. Southbound on the Thruway is a little bit busy south of the Palisades Parkway, but that's about it, and that's light volume at best. Again, as we get in towards tomorrow, we're certainly going to see traffic really thinning out. Tomorrow morning's commute should be just about like a Saturday morning, really. 84 Route 6 and the Thruway through Woodbury and Beacon is good. 84 is fine. West on 84, a little heavy at the Connecticut line into Brewster. So just be mindful of that into 684. All right, so 7:23 is our time, and I've got Johnny in the Weather Center. I don't know what to do as far as to go there first. We may want to do that first here this morning. Alexander, good morning. Good morning. And coming in from East Rutherford, wonderful. So you are doing the work from home day, or maybe taking a little PTO, getting into the long holiday weekend. I hope that's the case. So Alexandra, good morning to you, my friend. As always, great to see you here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a quick rundown of the incident lists. We won't get through the maps here for right this second. We'll wait till after 7:30. So let's do this now. So this is a new one on Route 22. Yet again, another closure of Route 22. We had the issues yesterday. It wasn't fully closed, but we had that accident investigation out by the Sunset Diner. So this is 22 east of Warrenville Avenue in Greenbrook. Everything is shut. Southbound Route 15, we've got a left lane shut there by Espanong Road. Love saying that, Espanong Road, right? In Jefferson. And then 295, the shoulder is closed north of exit 26. And then 76 is going to be a little bit delayed here westbound coming into exit 1. That is, I believe, for the Ben Franklin Bridge. So let's do this. Let's go to 22 first, because that's the major issue on 22. Let's see if there's a camera there. I don't, well, there is and there isn't. So let's go here. This is at Washington Avenue. So that, is this the accident? That appears to be the accident. I believe it was going eastbound. Yeah. into South Washington Avenue. So you're looking right at literally the crash scene. It's, wow, took off the whole front end of that SUV. So there's the holdback here on the eastbound side in Greenbrook into Washington Avenue. So the fire trucks, the emergency response is here. So I'm assuming there was another vehicle of some type, and they just drove it over into this. I don't know if that's a liquor store or what. It's been a while since it's been out this way in Greenbrook. Uh, Actually, speaking of accidents, yesterday I was in Watchung getting my car serviced, and right in front of the dealer, van somehow lost control or was trying to get into one of the businesses there and crashed right into a telephone pole, split the thing in half. So the car dealer was all in a scramble because they thought the wires and the poles were going to come down on the cars. So they're out there moving the cars and everything. I hope that individual or anybody who was in that car was all right, because it looked like it was a fairly heavy impact into the telephone pole. Airbags went off and the whole thing, and actually something went through one of the windows of the florist. But yeah, kind of crazy stuff, right? Literally in front of the dealership as I'm walking around the showroom. So yeah. So that's our deal here. And I'm surprised they're even letting traffic come around this location, but I guess maybe they don't want traffic backing up here on Washington Avenue too terribly. I would think that they would put a cruiser out in here somewhere just to try to prevent anybody from driving through any debris or a fuel spill of any type. So that's what we're dealing with here on eastbound 22 here this morning. So everything is currently closed out at between Warrenville Avenue and Washington Road. So you want to watch for that. Let's go to 76, the unanticipated construction delay. Let's see how bad this is this morning. And I think there's a couple cameras here on 76, but I could be wrong. Let's see. At the Walt Whitman, I'm sorry, not the Ben Franklin, Walt Whitman. WW. This is out at the Aljo curve. That's 295 south coming off the curve. Looks like we've got something on the shoulder there. It's a little bit of a slow ride for us. Doesn't really seem like this construction here. Maybe it just got picked up. Doesn't seem like it's really backing traffic up quite terribly. All right. So what we're going to do is I know I came on just a little bit late, but let's kind of hold to some schedule here, friends. Let's queue up Johnny here in the Weather Center if John is ready. I think he is. Let's go to Johnny Rocco in the Weather Center, a meteorologist in training from Rutgers, Piscataway. Johnny, take it away.
Good morning, Don, and good morning to all of our viewers this morning on a beautiful start to your Thursday to end of the month of June. No weather threats to speak of for today, but over the next day or so, it's going to be getting very hot and humid. And then we have some showers and storms to talk about thanks to a cold front that'll be coming through this weekend. Independence Day, I'll get to that in just a moment. Again, a lot of sun out there this morning across the tri-state area. Temperatures in New Jersey starting out in the mid and upper 60s to around 70 degrees there in Newark and Camden, 68 for Lakewood, getting to about 75 by 8 o'clock for Atlantic City, 72, 73 degree range for the Cape May area. If you're going into New York City for your morning commute, we have 68 in Staten Island, 67 over toward Flatbush, Brooklyn, 68 in the Flushing area and Morris Park, as well as Hell's Kitchen and those areas, getting to about 72 to 73 degrees during the 8 o'clock hour. Out on toward Long Island, we have 68 in Westbury, getting to about 73 degrees, 68 to 71 for Islip and Farmingville, 68 to 72 for Port Jefferson, 66 getting to about 71 out toward Shirley. And the Hudson River Valley, we have 63 to start you off in Middletown, warming up to about 68 degrees, 65 for Poughkeepsie, getting to about 70, 66 starting off in Patterson, getting to about 71 degrees, similar temperatures there for Yonkers and Monroe. And out into western Connecticut, we have 64 in Torrington, warming to about 70, 68 for New Haven, getting to about 71, similar for Bridgeport, Danbury, starting off at about 66, warming to about 71 degrees. And again, for today, the heat's going to be building under a mostly sunny sky We have mid 80s to lower 90s across New Jersey, 86 in Andover, 88 for Trenton. A little bit cooler there down toward the shore in Cape May at around 79 degrees. Islip, Long Island at around 82, 84 degrees for your high today in the New Haven area there in Connecticut. So a very warm day, not as warm as it's going to be on Friday, believe it or not. We have middle 90s on the way for many inland areas for your Friday. Maybe a couple of isolated thunderstorms later on in the late afternoon and evening hours. Nothing widespread, nothing to really worry about, but we'll keep an eye on it over the course of the next 24 hours here. And then we have some more showers and storms that will be moving through for Saturday afternoon with the cold front. Some of those showers will probably linger into early Sunday morning, especially for southern areas still. And then Independence Day and the outdoor plans then look pretty good right now. Temperatures in the 80s with a mix of sun and clouds before the chance for some showers returns possibly for Tuesday. So for this weekend, if you have any outdoor plans, I would say move it indoors probably for Saturday, and Sunday is questionable, but possibly doable here. So we'll keep you updated on the timing of the rain. Right now, I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans, but have an indoor plan in place just in case some rain chances start to increase over the next few days. Of course, I will be keeping you updated on that. For now, let's get back to your traffic with Don Smith.
Thank you, Johnny. Good morning to you, my friend. Now, 7:32. John will be back here in about less than 15 minutes on the check of the forecast. And as John was doing his thing in the Weather Center, I was scanning the area, and this is a big problem here on the eastbound side of the Southern State Parkway out of Belmont Avenue. You can see a couple of vehicles. Looks like I count about 3 of them involved here with just the far right lane squeezing through. Everything was shut here just a moment ago around exit 37 or so. Again, this is out by Belmont Avenue. So we've got the left lane shut on the westbound side. But the eastbound side, we're going to stick with this in real time. My friends over at Inform doing a nice job with these cameras here this morning. So let's just kind of hang with it here for a moment. I think that's North Belmore. I think that's who responded there. So we got the one vehicle here. We've got one here. We've got one turned around, and not sure if there's another one that's in the same spot here on the other side of the fire truck. Now another fire truck and an ambulance, second ambulance coming on scene here this morning. So that is not good as far as, seeing more of a response. So we'll just hang with this camera here for a minute. Again, you're looking live at the eastbound side of the Southern State Parkway at a North Belmore out by Belmont Avenue over by exit 37N. We have, I'll go with subject to closure because you may see everything closed at one point, but there it is, 3 vehicles involved in this wreck. Hopefully no one's seriously injured here this morning. Let's go to the maps and we'll kind of show you where that is. Here it is. And again, we're only seeing maybe about 5-minute backup in either direction. Again, it just happened just a few moments ago on the Southern State Parkway, and that would be down here and right in here. So literally about 9 minutes ago or 8 minutes ago, that just came in to Inform. They're the agency that controls the traffic flows out on Long Island. And then Long Island, we have another couple of issues here. We've got 347. That is the Sconset Highway. Oh, come on. Is shut down at Middle Country Road, Smithtown. And then 25 is shut both ways. The Sconset Highway, which is 347. And Alexander Avenue and Oyster Bay. So let's take a look at what that looks like on the map for our friends who may not be familiar with that. It's right in here, right at that intersection. And, I think there are cameras there. But again, this is the big crash here east on the Southern State Parkway as you come into exit 37N for Belmont Avenue in North Belmore. All right, so let's widen up the maps here, the camera list, I should say. Let's see if there is. I think there is a bunch of cameras here in this same location. 25 through here is actually Middle Country Road. So let's see if anything is being shown here. Yes, it is. So I see that looks like that could be the crash here. Let's see what this is on. Is this on Wisconsin or on 25? I think it's on Wisconsin through 47. Let's see here. No, it's the same camera. Show the video. Camera's not working. Okay. We will go here. Bring up the video again. So I think this is 347 and this is Middle Country Road here. They go right on the corner. I think this is southbound 347. If I think this is southbound. The camera is located right here, so you're looking this way. Let's just see if it is out by Mauritius Road. Wow, there's 2 cameras there in 25. Look at that thing. We used to have no cameras back in the day. So yeah, so that's it's right in this location here, just east of 347. So that is shut down until further notice. Let's go up here, see if we can see anything here. Rich's Road. Looking more at the traffic lights there, so that's not going to show us anything. All right, so we come off of that, so a little bit slow through that location up towards Center Reach this morning on 347, as well as 25, and then we go to Sunrise Highway. East is a jammed ride here from Hampton Bays into Southampton, and I almost forgot here. I'm just all over the map. Just out of sorts here. This half hour is sponsored by Travels with Darley. Watch her on PBS Great, Amazon Prime, Wonderum, Innovation TV's Journey, and head over to her website. That would be darley-newman.com. All right, so we've taken care of Long Island for this point. We looked at New Jersey. You know, the city itself, you know, there's really just one accident here that's being reported. It's on the Deegan in the Bronx going south of the Mosholu here this morning, coming into Kingsbridge. So coming out of Yonkers, be careful here. You may want to stick with the Sawmill down to 9A. That may be a better ride for you, or the Bronx River Parkway heading south is also another option. Definitely in a lighter volume mode here west on the Cross Bronx end of the interchange up to 3rd Avenue. Southbound Bruckner is heavy into the Hunts Point drawbridge, and then the Whitestone much heavier than the Throgs Neck this morning. And then on the Grand Central, I think something's going on here just before the RFK. That's got things tied up back onto the northbound BQE. So the westbound Grand Central is just an absolute parking lot here this morning. You know what we do? Let's go to the cameras for the city. 7:38 is our time, I should say. Thanks a lot for joining us here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. The comments section is open here this morning. Alexandra has already joined us. She's doing the work from home here today in East Rutherford. So that is good, or maybe she's taking a personal day. I don't know. Certainly deserves it. Going into the city all the time, right? Where were we going? Oh, Queens. Wow. Amazing when you come off, just off the schedule for 10 seconds, it gets a little crazy. So that's the Grand Central just before the RFK. I don't see anything there. This is westbound Grand Central traffic. So I think it's between that and just before you get on to the RFK Triborough. Yeah, that's the westbound side. Is an absolute parking lot. Again, this is the only one of 2 places where commercial vehicles and trucks can actually get on to a parkway, because technically this is the Grand Central right in here. It's here and then on the Hutch as you come up to the Whitestone Bridge. So this is the BQE that's heading, what is that? That's going northbound. It's amazing. Look at the BQE. Look at one lane here and whatever. It's just interesting. So that's heavy. I think we're back towards LaGuardia, back to the runways here. Yeah, going west is really congested. Right in here, that's probably going to run you about another 15 minutes or so. And I think that's why this Whitestone Expressway, it normally gets heavy in this time, around this time. But I think that's why it's a little bit extra heavy heading up in towards the Whitestone Bridge. Some people are bailing out of that westbound Grand Central Bacchanal. We go south here this morning on the Clearview is really heavy getting out to the LIE. I'm wondering if something's going on here or people are just avoiding the Cross Island, but that's really heavy. I mean, the Clearview is usually the best road in Queens, essentially, because there's nothing, on Northern Boulevard. I thought that was Northern Boulevard, and it takes you all the way into the thing with Google Maps, but I digress for the first time in 15, 20 minutes. Speaking of digressions, I'll do it again real quick. So I shot the video of my review of my Cadillac electric vehicle. So just has to go to the edit bay and be edited. So hopefully my goal is maybe by this weekend, we'll see, for the 4th of July weekend. That would be great if I could do it, but I just have to see how much time I have here between now and Saturday, or maybe even on the 4th of July, we'll debut it on the channel. So keep an eye out for that. I think it came out fairly well for my first review. So if you'd like to see more of those, and again, we'll get a little fancy or whatever. I mean, I just used my phone, but we'll try to do some more of that. That was fun. All right, so the LIE pretty busy out through Woodhaven Boulevard. What else is new? About 15 at the Midtown Tunnel, about 10 at the Queensboro Bridge, and then the BQE, just the typical delays out of Fort Hamilton Parkway through Industry City up into the Trench, and then all the lower East River crossings. We are fine. The belt is really playing nice here through Brooklyn. A little westbound delay here in Queens, then east out towards Sunrise Highway, and the Cross Island is a little bit sluggish, but really nothing to get excited about. Staten Island is completely empty. Fantastic there this morning. All right, so let's go back let's take a check of transit here. We'll bring this right up to 45, and John in the Weather Center. Stick to the format. And what is all these alerts here? Subject to 20-minute delays, broken down disabled train in one of the Hudson River tunnels. So that's not good. And again, Alexandra, you're usually in to the office by now, but there's that Hudson River tunnel, kind of really kicking you in the teeth, with the broken down train. Well, hopefully there wasn't many people on that train, and hopefully everything is all right for those folks that are on the train. If you happen to be on the train and would like to come on the broadcast, certainly go ahead and leave us a comment on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch. We'll put you on. Just let us, maybe you can tell us what the situation is there in one of the in the Hudson River tunnels. River line, I should say, 15-minute delays both ways. Medical emergency at Cinnaminson. Okay. Let's check in with Path now this morning. That may be an option for some getting into the city. And Hackensack River test lifting here, 9:30 to 10:30. Second lift 1 to 2. That's subject to change. So Newark's World Trade impacts possibly there in both directions. Look for that. But other than that, they are on or close to schedule. So that's good news. Go to SEPTA now. Let's go to the rails, and everything is clean across the board. Let's take a look at the MTA. We will start things off first with our subways. Plan to train a reroute on the 5, and that is all because of 728, 850 until September. Some downtown trains run via the west side on the 2 line. Boy, that's really confusing. Accessibility improvements, and let's do that right in the middle of the rush hour. Now, again, it's lighter than normal. No question about that. People are heading out for the holiday weekend, but just kind of sounds strange that they're doing it at this time. But maybe they have to in order to, take care of some issues there in the platforms. So, all right. So Long Island Railroad is good. Metro North. We'll take a look at the Wassaic line. 545 Wassaic to Grand Central, operating 25 minutes late. Mechanical difficulties there. So again, they don't take the delay down until they actually get to the final destination. All right, so let's stick to the schedule now. 7:45 now is our time, and John is ready in the Weather Center for his next report. So apologize, Johnny, for being just a little bit late. So doing like 2 back-to-back reports, but I know you can handle it, pal. So, all right, so let's head over to John in the Weather Center. Good morning, John.
Good morning, everybody. On this last day of June already, if you can believe it, I certainly can't. Luckily, June going out with some very nice weather and warming weather. We have sunnier skies out there for your morning commute. So if there are any traffic problems today, don't blame me because it's certainly not going to be weather related. Taking a look at those commute temperatures here in New Jersey, we'll start you off with Newton at 64 degrees this morning, closer to 70 in the Newark area as well as Camden, Atlantic City and Cape May in those lower 70s, Trenton, state capital right around 68 degrees. And as we go into the 5 boroughs, we have upper 60s there in Staten Island and Hell's Kitchen, 68 in Flushing and Morris Park, 67 over toward Flatbush. And by about 8 o'clock, we'll start to get into the lower 70s, 73 in Hell's Kitchen, 72 over toward Flushing and Morris Park, 73 over toward the Great Kills section of Staten Island. And as we go out onto Long Island, we have upper 60s there in Islip and Farmingville, around 68 degrees, 66 over toward Shirley. Westbury also around 68 degrees. By about 8 o'clock, we'll make it into those lower 70s, around 71 at Islip and Farmingville. Fort Jefferson getting to about 72 degrees, as well as Huntington, 73 over toward the Westbury area. And over in the Hudson River Valley, we have 68 this morning in Yonkers to start you off, 66 in Monroe. Poughkeepsie starting off around 65, 66 over toward the Patterson area. And again, by about 8 o'clock, we're nearing the 70-degree mark, 71 in Yonkers, and Patterson, 70 in Monroe, and Poughkeepsie around 68 degrees over toward Middletown. As we go out into western Connecticut, we have 68 over toward Westbury, a little bit cooler there, a few degrees, but still milder in Torrington at around 64 degrees, 66 over toward Hartford, and around 66 to 68 degrees from Norwalk, Bridgeport, and New Haven. All of those locations will be getting to about 70 degrees by the time we get to the 8 o'clock hour. So for today, it's a mostly sunny sky for today. Maybe just a few clouds here or there. But again, more sunshine, I think, than the past couple of days even. The heat, though, will be building. We're looking at temperatures getting into the mid and upper 80s, even a few low 90s over into New Jersey, 86 in Andover, Central Park over there in New York City, around 91, as well as Cherry Hill, New Jersey. A little bit cooler there in Cape May at about 79 degrees, close to 90 in the Freehold area at around 89, 88 for you in Trenton. And again, a little bit cooler, but still quite warm out toward Islip, Long Island at around 82 degrees, 84 in the New Haven area there in Connecticut. So today is a very beautiful day, no weather threats to talk about. Friday, the only weather threat is not really a threat per se in terms of precipitation, but it's going to be a hot and humid day. I'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes here with your 7-day forecast and also the shower chances we have going into the holiday weekend. Any holiday plans this weekend outdoors may have to move inside, particularly for Saturday afternoon. I'll time it out for you coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you, John. And John will be back in less than a half an hour with another check of your forecast. This half hour is sponsored by Travels with Darley, a great travel program from my good friend Darley Newman, coming from New York City. And you can watch her show on Amazon Prime, Wonder Woman, Ovation TV's Journey, especially PBS Create. And yesterday I did see her program on PBS Create at 5:30 on Wednesdays, and then 1:30 on Channel 25. That's the New York City TV channel. But she was in Reno, and kind of interesting show. I hadn't seen that episode, and she climbed this gigantic rock wall that's on the side of a hotel, probably a good, I don't know, 150, 160 feet, maybe. I think it was 15, 16 stories high. She made it all the way to the top. They gave her a nice commemorative certificate in a frame and the whole thing. So that was fun stuff. I hadn't seen that episode, but if you like things like that, and obviously she takes you around the world showing you some of the greatest places to go, gives you really that local flavor for all of her destinations that she does take you to. Best place to eat, drink, and definitely getting something out of your journey, be it either historical, architectural. So Travels with Darley is the program for you. She also has the new program on NJPBS called Look Up with Darlie, and that is on the city of Newark. And I know that there is a second episode coming, just not quite sure when that episode is going to drop, but certainly stay tuned here to the Tri-State Traffic Show and we will let you know. If you're unfamiliar with Darlie's program, here's just a little sample of Travels with Darlie.
I'm Darlie Newman, and we're in Albany, New York, Charleston, South Carolina, Selma, Alabama, Colorado, Hayward, Wisconsin, at the site of the Lumberjack World Championships.
Discover what's in your own backyard on an all-new season of Travels with Darlie.
These are good. Cattails, who knew? Wow, 6th generation.
Yes.
Amazing.
120 proof smooth, right?
Wow, got a jalapeno in there. 1, 2, 3.
That's just a little sample of Travels with Darlie, and darlie-newman.com will be your best source for any and all information. Make sure you follow her on Instagram as well as on to Twitter. She's very active, especially with Instagram. She puts up a lot of the fun stories in different places that she's visiting, and very interactive, and she will get back to you as best as she can if you go ahead and leave her a comment. So we thank Darlie for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, let's get back into the action here this morning. We'll take a look at our Hudson River crossings, and looking on average about 30 at the George, about 20 or so at the Lincoln, same thing at the Holland. So kind of in that summertime pattern per se for the situation there. Let's go back to Connecticut here this morning, and let's just see if our closure is still in place. I think that is the case. Let's go to the Connecticut incident page for the fresh update here on 95, as well as 8 in Shelton was being reported as closed as well. So yeah, closure northbound 3637 with a overturned vehicle. Again, this closure has been in effect since about 6:47, so coming up on an hour's time with that closure of 95, but the delays go back to about exit 33. We'll go to the travel times in a minute, but we still have our normal delays in Stamford 9 through 6, and then the Merritt Parkway 49, 44. 8 in Shelton North is still shut as well between 12 and 13. That came in about a half hour ago. That is still an active scene here in the Shelton area. Let me see if I can bring up again. Here's our cameras, and I've been doing this a long time, friends. And when they take the camera out of service, that's usually not a great indication that it's a good scene. So they do that for privacy reasons. And again, I just hope everybody was able to walk away from this crash, but now being closed almost an hour. Well, we'll just hope and pray that everybody walked away from that crash. But in my experience, that usually is not a great sign. So anyway, let's go to the delay here in this. Right. Our delays get all the way back to exit 31 now, right in here. Let me see if I can bring up the travel times for 95. Traffic travel time list. There we go. We want to go to 95. Go north this morning. So here it is, right in here. What should take you from Route 8 in Bridgeport up to Milford, the Milford Connector at 3839 in that area, from about exit 28. Usually take you about 10 minutes, almost 2 hours. So, that's not good. So again, plan your travels accordingly there. In between Bridgeport, we'll go back up to the maps. We'll show you where this is. It's right in here this morning. Between Bridgeport, especially coming off the 8 and 25, trying to go north is going to be a mess. Now you can see Route 1 is picking up a lot of traffic as everyone's bailing at exit 34, but be careful there. A lot smaller highway, as you know. North on Route 8 is getting busy up to the Merritt because now folks are using that as the option here getting out to the Milford Parkway connector. So that's probably halfway decent if you're in a passenger vehicle. Halfway decent end around basically to the end zone there to get you into Milford. So if you're coming up 95, and I think that's why we're delayed here, for friends getting onto the 8 and 25 north, just check that out in real time, shall we? 8:55 is our time. We've got 70 degrees and clear skies. Let's go here. I think it's this let's see here. Governor John Davis Lodge. Host John Davis. See, I'm a Motor Week fan. That's going the wrong way again. They always put you on the opposite side. All right, so 27A for Trumbull and Waterbury. We're headed there. Oh, come on. What is this? Bada bing. So, yeah, so that's why that is a little bit delayed right in here going north, because everyone's trying to bail out to that one lane exit to head north. Again, the VMS signs, those variable message signs, I should say, are up and running, and they are doing the job that that they are supposed to do. It's get people out of traffic, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're sending everyone over to the 8 and 25 here, and that's why this is as busy as it is, merging in with the Merritt Parkway, and then it's eventually going to turn into the Wilbur Cross here as you get past the Milford Parkway connector. So that is why that is as heavy as it is. Let's go to the cameras. Let's see if I think there's cameras on the Merritt, just that one little section. So we will go to roadway selected, CT15 down here. That's why this is heavier than what it should be. Now, sometimes it does get a little heavy with some sun glare, but this is alternate volume from 95. That's your alternate volume from 95, again, making that end around end sweep into the Milford Parkway connector. And that's why this exit ramp here at 54 is heavy for the Milford Parkway. Again, it's just one travel lane. And so, yeah, so you got to give yourself some additional travel time, as we say in the business here. So 7:58 is our time. We're coming up. We'll do a little bit of a reset. This is that Route 8 crash here out between 12 and 13. You can see we're already back to the Merritt Parkway. So really a tough ride for our friends here in the northern sections of southwestern Connecticut. Again, north on 95 is heavy from about 26 into 27A for the 8 and 25. 8 and 25 is busy. It's really Route 8 at that point because it's split already there in Trumbull. Route 8 getting up into the Merritt Parkway is busy with alternate volume because 95 is shut here between 36 and 37, just before the Milford Parkway connector. And then as you come across the Sikorsky Bridge into the Milford connector, that exit ramp at 54 is going to be a little bit slow. And then our normal delays on the Merritt going south of the Trumbull into Fairfield. 95 is heavy from about, I'd say 18 down through about 12. Merritt Parkway south of Route 7 is a slow ride. And then the ride in Stamford also pretty busy, 8 on over towards exit 6. So Connecticut really just jumping here this morning. Unfortunately, that's not what we want to see. But we do have, once again, that closure in the Milford area to deal with here, and it's been ongoing for about the last hour. All right, so let's do a little reset here this morning. Welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. Don, the beardless wonder. Again, this is the first time I've actually kind of reshaved myself, after taking that heavy beard off, and boy, it's a weird feeling looking at yourself in the mirror without the beard for almost a year now. So we'll see how this goes for the summer. And again, just putting on the sunscreen yesterday, with the beard, you really didn't have to put terribly too much sunscreen on, but now with the exposed skin, you got to be careful, as my dermatologist tells me all the time. I have to be very careful. So welcome to the Thursday edition of the Tri-State Traffic Show. We do have some issues in Connecticut as well as out on Long Island to deal with as well, and into New Jersey. Actually, the city is fairly quiet as far as incidents are concerned. Good looking start here, a little warmer than it certainly was yesterday. I've got, let's see, 70 degrees and clear skies here in central New Jersey. John will be here in the Weather Center in about 15 minutes with another check of our Thursday forecast. All right, this half hour is sponsored by, we thank Darley for the sponsorship of the 7:30 half hour, but we are sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, 22 North Avenue, or Route 28 in your GPS, in beautiful Cranford, historic New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is the phone number, and head to CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com for more information. All right, so let's go back to our maps, shall we? And again, if you're just joining us here this morning, we are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Please post up a comment. Let us know where you're watching us from. If you happen to see anything, certainly let us be aware of that. So now we've got, again, here's the delays. Here's the delays, I should say, on 95 into Milford, because everything is still closed 36, 37. It's the residual delays around this are what are starting to mount. So we go north on 95 from about 26 into 27A. Not a horrible delay, but it's busy. Those folks are bailing out to the 8 and 25 and taking that north instead of staying with 95. So now at the split, traffic is fairly busy on northbound Route 8 getting into the Merritt Parkway, and now the Merritt is starting to load up here as well out by the Sikorsky Bridge. Now they're saying somebody just reported possibly an accident here. I mean, it's certainly possible, but I don't have anything from DOT. But again, here's north coming towards us, and this is the exit for the Milford Parkway right in here at exit 54. You know, let's go back to the incident list just in case something just popped up here on the Merritt. 91, 95, closure again, 36, 37. We've got that 1813 going south. And between Stratford and Milford, 95 is shut. Merritt going south, 49, 44. Stamford 9 through 6. It's in East Hartford, and again north in between 12 and 13, between Trumbull and Shelton, everything is shut there. And it's heavy between exits 5 and 13, about 5 miles in that location. So nothing reported from DOT, but there's possible something may have just happened there in that location. Southbound, we have some delays coming in from about exit 30 and 39 into the accident zone, as that's some rubbernecking delays here, but also Route 1 is picking up a ton of additional traffic as well. Now, the Merritt out of Trumbull into Fairfield is heavy, down into 44 or so, or just south of Black Rock Turnpike here this morning. So just look for that. And then we're heavier here from about exit 40 on over towards about exit 38. And then 95 again through Route 7 is heavy. And then 8 through 6 in Stamford is a sluggish ride. Let's go over it. Let's go to the Hudson Valley now, because I want to report on that. I don't know if I really looked at the Hudson Valley incident list just yet, but let's do that. So Route 9 in Poughkeepsie, that's at 7:30 this morning. Closure both ways, north of Fulton Street in Poughkeepsie. All lanes are shut, so look for that here this morning. We've got a lot of heavy traffic here on the Hutch. Now, I think something may have happened. This is out through about Weaver Street or so in that location, North Avenue, Mill Road. Coming up on into 125 is a heavy ride. All right, so there may be something going on here. Something's going on out by Mamaroneck Road. So I think that's the reason why we are heavy here all the way back towards Iona. And then for the most part, New England Thruway, again, is the better friend going north this morning. The Thruway, as well as the Sawmill, Taconic, all in good shape. Eastbound 287, a little heavy through Elmsford and the White Plains. But again, what else is new there between exits 3 through 5? A little sluggish here on the Thruway going south of 13, but nothing terribly to complain about there. 84 up towards the Beacon Bridge and Brewster, things are fine. 684, all is clear, as well as on the Taconic Parkway and 202, 22, all is fine. Okay, so let's go back to the go back to Long Island now, because we did have a big accident on the southern state and see if that is there. There it is by 37. We've got that crash still being worked on this morning, and then another crash east at 64, and then another one west at 51. So let's go to I'm going to close out of the bridges and tunnels because that particular website eats up a lot of computing power. I need more computing power, which I absolutely do. Let's go here this morning and bring this in. So this is the southern state. All right, so now they've got everything shut. I told you that was probably going to be the case, just looking at that scene this morning. And did they take out the camera? No, did they really? My computer not playing it. No, maybe they did. They took out the video. Try this one. No, okay. All right, so state police, which patrol the Southern State Parkway, everything is now closed east on the southern at exit 37 for Belmont Avenue here in North Belmore. Maybe it's not North Belmore per se, but in that general vicinity, I should say. So that's at Belmont Avenue and exit 37 east on the southern is completely shut. Now with we have 1, 2, I don't know whether that vehicle is there, if that's also involved as well. But they just want to clean this up here this morning. That's actually a police vehicle, but so I don't know if it's just this one vehicle or there's another vehicle there. It's involved in the crash, but again, eastbound on the southern is now closed, going east of exit 37. See how far back that delay gets. Back towards straight path and 36. And as we continue on here, between 36 and 37, that's east on the far left. Pardon me, I just had to get some water. Something salty before, or actually had some breakfast this morning. So at 8:15, when I talk about Ralph's ice cream, I'm not salivating at the mouth. So that is big problem for our friends out on the island. Let's come in here. This is where it is, right in there this morning. So it's right here in that area of the Southern State Parkway with that crash being, as you saw it, west on the LA. Just some pockets of delays getting out through that location. It looks like the 347 issue, did that wrap? Let's see. Yes, it did look like it wrapped up there. Let's go to the cameras if we can. We saw that closure in full effect here just moments ago out by Route 25. I have a feeling it may still be there, but let's just see. Nope, they reopened that because it was shut right in here. So that is completely clear. Thank you, Inform, for that. Nice job, friends there. East on Sunrise Highway, Hampton Bays, Southampton, Watermill, Bridgehampton. That is going to be a slow ride. What else is new? It's a beautiful day to be heading out to the Hamptons on this Thursday, kind of the Friday Eve into the holiday weekend. And west on the LI here, I should say, at exit 39 is going to be a little bit slow. Just our typical delays here throughout Queens and Brooklyn, into the Kew Gardens interchange. The Gowanus onto the BQE is a heavy ride, but the belt has really been in good shape here all morning long. So far, so good on the Bell Parkway. West on the Grand Central, that delay is eased out into the RFK Triborough. That crash has been cleared. South on the east side is a fairly busy ride into 125th. Looks like the Whitestone has really thinned itself out very, very nicely. Throgsneck now I go for the Whitestone. Before it was the Throgsneck, and they just kind of flip-flopping here. West on the Cross Bronx, heavy into 3rd Avenue. And then the Deegan both ways at the Cross Bronx, that's kind of just normal congestion. I even think some of this is going to ease out here in the next half hour or so. BQE south of the Kosciuszko Bridge is heavy. Then again, Flushing Avenue to the Brooklyn Bridge. The Midtown Tunnel is about 20 to 25 minutes, so keep that in the back of your mind. But Staten Island, clean and green all across the board. You may sort of see a little bit of extra traffic getting out to the Outer Bridge crossing, and some of our friends on Staten Island may be heading to the Jersey Shore. take it to the area of 287, a little heavy in the Edison area. Let's go back to the New Jersey list and check out Route 22 to see if that's still going to be somewhat of an issue. It is not, so that has been reopened. Crash in the Parkway north of 120 in Lawrence Harbor. I think that's what this is right in here. So just be mindful of that. Let's just see what side of the road that's on. That's the express side, so stay local. Coming on, if you're getting onto the Parkway 117 and Anna, you're down here in the Holmdel area, stay local as you come up to 120 in Lawrence Harbor there. Get out of those express lanes. That's where we're starting to see the backups. The rest of the Jersey Shore, Parkway is good. 195 is clean and green, all the way down to Wildwood, Cape May, Ocean City, Atlantic City. And then as we traverse on over to 55 at 42 is going to be a comfortable ride. And then 295 as we make our way out through about exit 30 into the lower 30s down towards 76 is just a little bit crowded, but 70, 73, all the lower Delaware River crossings are fine. 206, 70, 72. We are in great shape, even into Trenton for our State House workers. I would imagine that maybe a lot of our stadies are taking those PTOs here for the long holiday weekend. Now, Bridgewater is fine. 202, 206, 22, 78, 206, 287 is good. It's 206 south into Mount Olive in Roxbury, a little bit heavy. And then both ways of 80 is a little bit slow as well into 287. But again, what else is new there? Parkway, a little busy both ways as we come up into East Orange, 147 to 150. West on 78, the typical delays there, local lanes. As you get out into Vauxhall, and then looks like westbound 22, there may be a crash here out by Vauxhall Road as well. Yeah, that's starting to back things up here just a bit, so be careful coming out of Newark and the Hillside, especially in Hillside, jumping on westbound 22. I think this may be just before Vauxhall Road, yeah. That crash being cleared, and then south on the Parkway, another reported possible crash there. Let's go to the Parkway cameras this morning. I think we just saw something pop up at the Lincoln Tunnel. We'll get back to that in a second. Parkway. Let's go to the tower first in case they move this camera south, and they have. That's heavy into that long-term construction. Now, whether there's actually a crash in that location, I'm not sure. I really hope that hopefully by the end of the year that they will finish that work, because that is a real mess. It seems to be a lot heavier going south than north. Let's see. Vehicle Lincoln Tunnel. South Tube. That's the inbound side. Let's see. Broken a vehicle at the Lincoln Tunnel, South Tunnel. Trying to see how the three tunnels, which way they label them up as. So I guess that's the inbound side. So let's take a look at the Lincoln Tunnel travel times. And again, we're going to just go to about 8:30 or so here this morning. As if to set up for the other morning show. So now Lincoln is now the worst of the three, well over 30 and growing until they can get that vehicle out of the tunnel this morning. About 25 on average at the George and about 20 at the Holland. So, Lincoln Tunnel is starting to go downhill fairly quickly with that issue. That's obviously right in here, as we can see. 280 across the Stickle Drawbridge is going to be a sluggish ride as well. Let's go back to the trains now. NJ Transit this morning. Rail service in and out of Penn Station to 30-minute delays because of a broken down train. Midtown direct trains are being diverted to Hoboken. All right, so transit is having a major issue here this morning. So let's stick to the schedule here this morning at 8:14 now is our time. Here and let's bring in John in the Weather Center. Has a look at that 7-day weather forecast. Johnny, good morning to you.
Good morning, Don, and good morning to all of our viewers this morning on a beautiful start to your Thursday to end of the month of June. No weather threats to speak of for today, but over the next day or so, it's going to be getting very hot and humid. And then we have some showers and storms to talk about thanks to a cold front that'll be coming through this weekend. Independence Day, I'll get to that in just a moment. Again, a lot of sun out there this morning across the tri-state area. Temperatures in New Jersey, starting out in the mid and upper 60s to around 70 degrees there in Newark and Camden, 68 for Lakewood, getting to about 75 by 8 o'clock for Atlantic City, 72, 73 degree range for the Cape May area. If you're going into New York City for your morning commute, we have 68 in Staten Island, 67 over toward Flatbush, Brooklyn, 68 in the Flushing area and Morris Park, as well as Hell's Kitchen and those areas, getting to about 72 to 73 degrees during the 8 o'clock hour. Out on toward Long Island, we have 68 in Westbury, getting to about 73 degrees, 68 to 71 for Islip and Farmingville, 68 to 72 for Port Jefferson, 66 getting to about 71 out toward Shirley and the Hudson River Valley. We have 63 to start you off the Middletown, warming up to about 68 degrees, 65 for Poughkeepsie, getting to about 70, 66 starting off in Patterson, getting to about 71 degrees, similar temperatures there for Yonkers and Monroe. And out into western Connecticut, we have 64 in Torrington, warming to about 70, 68 for New Haven, getting to about 71, similar for Bridgeport, Danbury, starting off at about 66, warming to about 71 degrees. And again, for today, the heat's going to be building under a mostly sunny sky. We have mid 80s to lower 90s across New Jersey, 86 in Andover, 88 for Trenton, a little bit cooler there down toward the shore in Cape May at around 79 degrees, Islip, Long Island at around 82, 84 degrees for your high today in the New Haven area there in Connecticut. So a very warm day, not as warm as it's going to be on Friday, believe it or not. We have middle 90s on the way for many inland areas for your Friday. Maybe a couple of isolated thunderstorms later on in the late afternoon and evening hours. Nothing widespread, nothing to really worry about, but we'll keep an eye on it over the course of the next 24 hours here. And then we have some more showers and storms that will be moving through for Saturday afternoon with a cold front. Some of those showers will probably linger into early Sunday morning, especially for southern areas still. And then Independence Day and the outdoor plans then look pretty good right now. Temperatures in the 80s with a mix of sun and clouds before the chance for some showers returns possibly for Tuesday. So for this weekend, if you have any outdoor plans, I would say move it indoors probably for Saturday, and Sunday's questionable, but possibly doable here. So we'll keep you updated on the timing of the rain. Right now, I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans, but have an indoor plan in place just in case some rain chances start to increase over the next few days. Of course, I will be keeping you updated on that. For now, let's get back to your traffic with Don Smith.
Thank you, John, and great job with the forecast as always, my friend. I don't know if I say this enough to you, but really appreciate all the work you're doing here for the Tri-State Traffic Show with the reports and the forecast, doing an amazing, awesome job. And again, concentrate on those studies for Rutgers. And again, we'll see you tomorrow, Johnny, because like I said, we're going to end here in about 10 minutes or so. I have to get set up for the NJ Morning Show on NJ On Air on YouTube, Facebook, as well as streaming live to the NJ On Air website. So a lot of exciting stuff on the NJ Morning Show coming up at 9 a.m. But we have talked about my friend Ralph over at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery in beautiful and historic downtown Cranford in New Jersey. And that is located on 22 North Avenue West, or Route 28 in your GPS, because it is a state highway. Ralph has some of the best handmade, homemade ice cream anywhere to be found, friends. It is just absolutely outstanding stuff. Here's just a couple of pictures of some of the ice cream in the dipping case. We have Cookie Monster, it has the core three, the vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Those are very strong players for Ralph. Again, like I said, Ralph's a big baseball fan, huge Mets fan, huge Mets, Jets, Knicks. I don't know if Ralphie follows hockey terribly, so I would be interested to see if he was more on the fence for maybe being an Islander fan or being a Ranger fan. Originally from East Rockaway, out in the Rockaways. That's where he grew up, and then also in parts of Queens as well, or staying in Queens, really. So really a Queens boy, but then headed out to Long Island. So I'm thinking maybe his allegiance maybe went more towards the Islanders, but not quite sure. Next time I see Ralph, I will ask him and pass that along to you. So again, there is some of the great ice cream that Ralph has in the case. He also has these great all occasion cakes here this morning, or at any time really, and really just fantastic stuff for 4th of July, for a birthday, maybe doing the graduation thing, as Anna has told us she's doing her graduations, her party for her daughter later on in the month. So if Anna can get up to the Vanilla Bean Creamery, that would be fantastic. And tell Ralph that I sent you and you saw it on the Tri-State Traffic Show. But again, these are these classic ice cream cakes, with the, like I always say, the pillowy, soft vanilla and chocolate ice cream with the chocolate crunchies. That's what I think everybody goes for in the ice cream cake is the chocolate crunchies, right? And that's what also Ralph's ice cream, the vanilla super crunch, is very much like one of these cakes, and somebody just mashed it all up and put it into a 5-gallon container and froze it and put it on a cone. So that's pretty much what the vanilla super crunch is. Very, very much like a mashed up all occasion ice cream cake. So once again, you can find Ralph. Let me just show you one quick picture of the shop, because see all the artwork here. His daughter did all of the drawings. Very, very talented graphic artist, and really makes the shop really stand out. Has the great purple and white colors, as you sometimes you can see on the background. I have one of the hats on the set. Also, these sorbets are great: peach mango, blood orange, and lemon. Very, very refreshing. And again, as John said, the next couple of days is going to be really hot weather, so that would just cleanse the palate and really give you a nice refreshing feel. So once again, Ralph is located in beautiful and historic Cranford, New Jersey, 22 North Avenue West, or Route 28 in your GPS, because it is a state highway right across from the Cranford train station off the historic Raritan Valley line. And you can contact him at 908-272-3000. CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com is Ralph's website. All right, so let's get back to the maps here this morning. We do have big issues. This is really probably one of the top 3 stories of the morning is the full closures of northbound 95 in Milford at 37, and then also north on Route 8 is shut as well at exit 13 this morning for a crash that is going to be being cleared here this morning. So just be mindful of that. Really a super heavy ride as we come into that area. Just had to stand up a second. My leg was cramping up in the chair. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Well, we just had a comment here. I love the old-fashioned ice cream parlor flair. That's exactly what it is, Alexandra. Very good. I'm going to use that. Thank you. I'm going to give you credit for that one, because that's what it has. It has that, old-time parlor flair. Really, that's the best verb I think I've heard about Ralph's shop ever. So thank you, Anna. Appreciate that. I know that also stems from Ralph's background. His father owned a candy store, a candy shop, smoke shop, back in the day, in Ozone Park in Queens. So it's right on the subway line and great location. So Ralph, as a kid, worked in there, working the soda counter. Ralph makes an awesome egg cream. I don't know how many people really know what that is, but so he had a lot of experience growing up as a kid in that section of Queens, and with the newspapers and the candy shop, and had the full, counter, the old luncheonette kind of counter, with doing some ice cream and also drinks, sodas, and things like that, fountain drinks and what have you. So that's really where he gets his, a lot of the inspiration, I think, is from his father owning that candy store and working in there for a long time. Especially, the stories he used to tell with the newspapers and on Sunday mornings, and but because they were right there, he was on one of the elevated lines. And whether that was I don't know if it was the A train. Maybe. I'll have to ask him next time I see him. Maybe this weekend I'll take a ride up and say hello. But anyway, yes, Anna, that is absolutely what it is. The old fashioned ice cream parlor. Thank you very much. So again, just avoid these areas here along I-95 as well as Route 8 this morning into the Merritt. Now the residual traffic behind this is a couple of issues here. We have 95 North, 26, 27A because everyone's exiting for the 8 and 25, and then again Route 8 is just a parking lot coming up to the Merritt. Now it's backing up the Merritt. From about exit, we'll go exit 50 or so, all the way up through about exit 54 for the exit from the Milford Parkway. This is kind of the end around sweep to get back into Milford if you're traveling north with this closure. This is well over, once you commit past the 8 and 25, you're looking at well over an, hour and a half plus of sitting in traffic. So if you're further south here, throughout the Fairfield area, Westport, either A, stay with the Merritt first of all, or 2, get off of the 8 and 25. Once you commit past this, you're pretty much finished. You're going to get sitting in traffic. I mean, you can get off at exit 34 for Route 1, but you and a lot of your friends are all sitting there on Route 1 as well, which is picking up a ton of extra traffic. Now, this has been out there since about 6:45 or so before we came on the air. So that is just, please, give yourself plenty of extra travel time heading north here this morning, maybe doing that early getaway for the holiday weekend up towards Rhode Island or even further into northeastern Connecticut. That is probably traffic-wise, that's probably the hot spot for the morning is here in this northeastern section of southwestern Connecticut, if that made any sense. But again, just our regular delays all heading south on the Merritt 95. Long Island, we still have the issue here. East on the southern, all lanes are subject to closure at exit 37. We're seeing about a 10-minute backup there. West on the LI is heading into Deer Park Avenue. Look for that. And then some general congestion here on the southern both ways out at the Wantagh Parkway. We continue over to the city. Again, just normal delays across the board through Queens and the LIE, the Cross Island, Belt, BQE, Gowanus, Midtown Tunnels, about 15 to 20 or so. And then New Jersey west on 78, we're seeing a heavy ride here out through just about Vauxhall Road. Let's go to the NJ Transit situation. That's our third top story, really. From the Connecticut Long Island area. Remains subject to 30-minute delays. Earlier disabled train on the Hudson River tunnels. Midtown Direct is no longer being diverted into Hoboken. Rail tickets and passes are being cross-honored by transit buses, private carriers, Path at North Penn, Hoboken, and 33rd. So it's a little bit better, but it's going to take probably well over an hour and a half to finally eventually ease out some of these delays. Let's see where we wanted to go next. I just wanted to check in quickly with the incident pages again. We're ending a little early because I have to set up for the NJ Morning Show at njonair.com. Follow us, continue to follow us here for the morning show coming up at 9 on the website NJ On Air, YouTube, as well as on Facebook. So now New Jersey Route 4 East out by Route 17, we have a crash there. And then on the Parkway, again, you want to go local instead of express at 120. Take a look at the cameras here this morning, and let's see what we see. Pardon me. Let's just see here. So I don't see anything there. That's going north on 17, so it's actually looking the wrong way. I think they try to... let's see. It's right under the bridge here. So it looks like eastbound 4 as it comes underneath Route 17. That is the area in question, but really not seeing that much of a delay at this point. So again, just be careful. I think it's more for the Parkway, really exiting for Route 4 up here in this area out of the Bergen tolls. What is this? Exit 161? Oh, come on. 160. Okay, yeah. Let's just see. Is it? Yeah. So it's really it's 161. I was right. Look at that. Bada bing. 161 is our exit off the Parkway. So we're back towards just about the Bergen Toll Plaza there. South Long 208 is heavy into Fairlawn, congested ride there. So is 80, pretty busy both ways out through Parsippany. Again, Parkway, normal delays up from East Orange and Bloomfield. Exit 147 out to 150. Turnpike, has been playing nicely here this morning. Getting south in the 15Ws a little bit heavy. Again, the Hudson River crossings, I think that's kind of maybe where we'll finish up here this morning. And I apologize again for having to leave early, just that I need to connect to their servers and get the show set up and what have you. So an hour at the Lincoln because there was an earlier broken down vehicle. So watch for that inbound. About a half an hour on average, 25 to 30 at the George and about 20 at the Holland Tunnel. So yes, so keep that in mind. So really fairly busy Thursday morning across the board. All right. So with that said, thank you so much for joining us here in the Tri-State Traffic Show Traffic Center, which is essentially my living room. Shadow on the a lot of shadows here. I don't know what's going on with this camera. I don't know, Anna, how's that look on your end, Alexandra? Just kind of weird. To increase the lighting or something, or I don't know. I was thinking maybe my glasses, because these are the transition glasses that darken up when it gets too bright, but these shouldn't affect these lights. But anyway, I digress. All right, so thanks, Anna and Alexandra. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning beginning at 7. I promise I will be on at 7. Some technical difficulties here. Maybe that technical difficulty was the owner and operator of the Tri-State Traffic Show. I'm not sure. But anyway, we thank you so much for watching. Have a terrific Thursday. Again, follow me over to the New Jersey Morning Show beginning at 9 a.m. from 9 to 10. We got a lot of great stuff happening there this morning. We're doing some traffic updates. We'll be updating you on the transit situation as well as the Lincoln Tunnel issues here this morning. I am O'Don, your traffic jockey. We thank you so much. We also thank Travels with Darley and Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. Let's just see. There are some shadows. Yes, I don't know why, and I think the beer deflected light. That's a great point, Anna. That's right. Maybe it's all the gray in the beard. I'm not sure. So maybe I have to increase the lighting just a little bit. So maybe I'll do that now. All right, friends, Anna, Alexandra, thanks a lot as always for joining us, and we'll see